Hey everyone, if you're watching this video, you're probably looking to pack on some serious muscle. You're hungry for results and you're ready to put in the work. But there's a problem. You're not seeing the gains you want and you're starting to get frustrated. Trust me, I've been there. When I first started training, I made a ton of mistakes that held me back for years. I'm talking about the kind of mistakes that can sabotage your progress and leave you feeling like you're spinning your wheels. But here's the good news, you don't have to repeat those same mistakes. In this video, I'm breaking down the 16 biggest muscle building mistakes I made so you can avoid them and fast track your results. We're going to dive deep into each mistake, uncover why it's holding you back, and most importantly, I'm going to give you actionable solutions to fix it. We're covering everything from training and nutrition to mindset and recovery, because building muscle isn't just about lifting heavy weights, it's about doing it right. So if you're ready to finally start seeing the gains you deserve, hit that play button, and let's get started. Listen, we've all been there. You're flipping through a muscle magazine, and you see your favorite pro bodybuilder crushing a workout. They're hitting 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day, and their volume is through the roof. So naturally you think, if it works for them, it'll work for me, right? Wrong. Here's the deal. Pro bodybuilders are genetic freaks, and they're often using things they don't tell you about to recover. Their bodies can handle that kind of workload, and even then, it takes a serious toll. When I first started, I tried to emulate those routines, thinking more was always better. Big mistake. I ended up overtrained, injured, and nowhere near my goals. So, learn from my mistake. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you need to train like a pro to look like one. Let's talk nutrition, specifically, the misconception that all healthy foods are created equal. I used to think that as long as something was marketed as healthy, I could eat as much of it as I wanted. I'm talking bowls of instant oatmeal loaded with sugar, thinking I was fueling my muscles the right way. But here's the truth, sugar is sugar, regardless of whether it's hiding in healthy packaging. Those extra calories add up fast and sabotage your muscle building efforts. Remember, you can't out-train a bad diet. So pay attention to those nutrition labels, especially the sugar content. Choose complex carbs, lean proteins, and healthy fats to fuel your workouts and maximize your gains. We all have different bodies, which means we all move a little differently. But for years, I ignored my own biomechanics, particularly when it came to my chronic knee pain. I had flat feet, which affected my entire kinetic chain, but I refused to acknowledge it. Instead of addressing the root cause and finding exercises that worked with my body, I just pushed through the pain. Can you guess what happened? My knee pain only got worse, and it started to affect other areas of my training. The takeaway here is simple. Listen to your body, and don't be afraid to adjust exercises based on your individual needs. If something doesn't feel right, there's a good chance you need to modify it. Chapter 4. This one seems simple, but it's a mistake I see all the time. You load up the bench press or dumbbell flies, and as you lower the weight, your shoulders creep up towards your ears. That, my friends, is a surefire way to take the emphasis off your chest and shift it to your shoulders. For years, I never understood why my chest wasn't growing the way I wanted it to. It wasn't until I focused on unshrugging, actively pulling my shoulder blades down and back, that I started to feel the difference. Suddenly, my chest was lit up, and my gains skyrocketed. So next time you're hitting chest, remember to keep those shoulders down and back. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes. Chapter 5. Let's be real, we've all fallen victim to the allure of the latest fad diet or extreme eating plan. I used to be obsessed with eating clean, and I'm talking insanely strict. I once paid $48 for egg whites because I thought it was the only way to hit my protein macros. But here's the thing, that level of rigidity is not sustainable. It creates unnecessary stress, leads to cravings, and ultimately, it's just not enjoyable. It wasn't until I allowed myself some flexibility that I found a balance I could maintain. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to nutrition. So, ditch the all-or-nothing mentality and focus on making sustainable changes you can stick with for the long haul. Chapter 6. I'll admit it, I used to think corrective exercises were a waste of time. I mean, who wants to spend their precious gym time doing boring movements with light weights? I wanted to lift heavy, build strength, and pack on muscle. But here's the thing I learned the hard way. Those small, seemingly insignificant exercises are crucial for preventing imbalances, improving posture, and ultimately, enhancing your performance and aesthetics. Corrective exercises target those often neglected stabilizer muscles that play a vital role in overall joint health and movement efficiency. By strengthening these muscles, you improve your body's ability to move properly, which translates to better performance in the gym and a reduced risk of injury. Here's a little secret: muscle growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Early on, I was afraid to really push myself. I'd stop a set as soon as I felt a burn or a little discomfort, thinking I was doing something wrong. But the truth is, that discomfort, that burn you feel, is a sign of muscle activation. It means you're pushing your muscles to their limits, and that's where growth happens. Don't be afraid to embrace the discomfort. In fact, chase it. It's in those moments of pushing past your perceived limitations that you unlock new levels of strength and muscle growth. When I first started trying to eat healthier, I went cold turkey on sweets. No more cookies, ice cream, or candy. Sounds good in theory, right? Except it backfired spectacularly. The cravings were intense, and I'd end up binging on unhealthy foods, completely derailing my progress. Here's the thing: you don't have to eliminate sweets entirely. In fact, trying to do so often sets you up for failure. Instead, focus on managing your cravings in a healthy way. Incorporate healthier alternatives like protein shakes, Greek yogurt with fruit, or even a small piece of dark chocolate. Finding that balance is key to staying consistent and reaching your goals. When it comes to building muscle, we often focus on the concentric or lifting phase of an exercise. But neglecting the eccentric or lowering phase is a huge mistake, especially for pulling movements like rows and curls. The eccentric phase is where the magic happens. It's where you create the most muscle damage, which in turn stimulates growth and adaptation. Think about it. It's much easier to curl a dumbbell up than it is to slowly lower it with control. So, next time you're doing your pulling exercises, pay attention to that eccentric phase. Slow it down, control the weight, and feel the stretch in your muscles. Chapter 10. Lack of meal prep. Listen, I get it, life gets busy. You're juggling work, family, and a million other things, and meal prepping seems like just another chore you don't have time for. But here's the deal. If you're serious about building muscle and transforming your physique, meal prep is non-negotiable. Think of it this way. Every time you open the fridge, you're faced with a decision. Make a healthy choice or give in to temptation. By having your meals prepped and ready to go, you eliminate that decision fatigue and set yourself up for success. Chapter 11. Overestimating activity level. I used to think I needed to be chugging sports drinks like Gatorade even after a light workout. I mean, I was an athlete, right? Wrong. The truth is, most of us overestimate our activity levels and consume far more calories than we burn. Those sugary drinks might seem harmless, but they're loaded with empty calories that sabotage your progress. Unless you're engaging in intense, prolonged exercise, stick to water for hydration. It's calorie-free, refreshing, and essential for muscle recovery and overall health. Chapter 12. Forgetting the face pull. We all love a good chest and bicep workout, but neglecting your back is a recipe for disaster. And one of the most underrated exercises for building a strong, healthy back is the face pull. This simple yet effective exercise targets the often neglected rear deltoids, which play a crucial role in shoulder health and posture. By strengthening these muscles, you improve your posture, reduce the risk of shoulder injuries, and even enhance your overall physique. So, don't skip the face pulls, incorporate them into your routine a couple of times a week, and your shoulders will thank you. Chapter 13. Underhydration. Water is essential for life, and it's especially important when you're pushing your body to its limits in the gym. I used to make the mistake of waiting until I was thirsty to drink water. But here's the thing. By the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, muscle cramps, and decreased performance, all of which hinder your muscle-building progress. Make it a habit to sip on water throughout the day, especially before, during, and after your workouts. Listen, I know how tempting it is to push through pain. You've been working hard, you're seeing progress, and the last thing you want to do is take time off. But here's the harsh reality. Training through injuries is a recipe for disaster. It's like trying to drive a car with a flat tire. You're only going to make the problem worse. If you're injured, listen to your body and rest. Trying to power through pain will only prolong your recovery and could lead to more serious, long-term issues. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but that doesn't mean you need to spend hours in the gym to see results. In fact, some of my best workouts have been the shortest and most intense. Don't underestimate the power of time constraints. When you're short on time, you're forced to be more efficient and focused, which can lead to greater intensity and, ultimately, better results. So next time you're crunched for time, don't skip your workout. Instead, adapt and adjust. Alright, let's quickly recap the final 6 mistakes that could be holding you back. Number 10, lack of meal prep. Remember, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Meal prep is essential for consistency and making healthy choices. Number 11, overestimating activity level. Don't overestimate your calorie expenditure. Fuel your body appropriately and avoid sugary drinks. Number 12, forgetting the face pull. Show your rear deltoids some love with face pulls to improve posture, shoulder health, and overall physique. Number 13, underhydration. Stay hydrated throughout the day, especially during workouts. Dehydration is a progress killer. Number 14, training through injuries. Listen to your body and rest when you need it. Training through pain only makes things worse. And finally, number 15, neglecting time as a training variable. Short on time? No problem. Increase the intensity and make every minute count. There you have it, the 16 muscle-building mistakes I wish I knew sooner. Now that you know what they are, you can avoid them and fast-track your progress. Remember, building muscle is a journey, not a race. It's about consistency, dedication, and constantly striving to improve. Don't get discouraged if you've made some of these mistakes, we all have. The key is to learn from them, make adjustments, and keep moving forward. Now get out there, crush your workouts, and start building the physique you've always wanted.